Alright, welcome back to some FF14 story and kind of side plus quests. Um, Present the tombstone. I can do that next. Right, next. Okay, yeah. So we're talking to Stasia here. And I'm not sure what's about to happen, but we'll find out. I think it's part of the Weeping City. I don't know what that is. Let me get a notepad going. Alright. Mercy, I was just about to fly out to Ishgard and track you down. You remember Cait Sith, that Mackay? M-H-A-C-H-I, Mackay familiar? We've been working with him on a plan to find Diabolos in the Queen's coffin. Oh my god, I forgot we had Cait and the Diabolos. Holy shit. I remember that now, okay. It's been a while. There have been void sent sightings from pirates all over, so we know that that bat-winged bugger is hiding someplace in the sky. We just don't know exactly where. And as for going about pinpointing the location, Leofard and the feline are bickering over just exactly how. That's where you come in. If you have a spare moment or two, we could use a third opinion to break the stalemate. Besides all that, Leofard's eager to have another hand to help in the search, so come on over to the Peruk as soon as you're able. You know the way from here, don't you? Do I just click this button? Yeah, I guess I do. Fly to the Peruk. P-A-R-R-O-C-K. That's a word I've never seen before. Like it's an airship. Nope, it's not an air. It's a floating island that has like a multiple small airship, like the monocutters. Little docks for several small. Oh, exit! I didn't want to exit. Fuck. What was I supposed to do? Wait. Oh, okay, that was right. So now we're on a different section of. Oh, we went up, kind of like an elevator. Here's Stasia, however you want to pronounce it. Thanks for coming. The captain and Cat are inside, still having their discussion. Talk to Leofard, will you, before I strangle the both of them? Entrance to Leofard's chambers. God, there's so much, like, I want to say gold, but it could also be, like, really nicely polished brass and bronze, maybe, even. Just all over this room. Purple, like the royal color purple. Chairs and bed in here? This is bed slash meeting room slash office, I guess. We have a cutscene. If you're here to ask about the Queen's coffin, you'd best turn around and walk straight out again. This aggravating furball's turned my mood sour as month-old Aldgoat milk. Leofard, Mercy's come all this way to help us, at your request, I might add. She deserves to hear where we stand on the search, at least. He crosses his arms. She crosses hers. He shrugs. The search is giving me ulcers, is what it is. By all reports, Diabolos is lurking somewhere in the heavens, building up his forces, but the sky is a vast dome, as high as the ocean is deep, and we've not the pirates to scour every damn floating rock. That's when I tried my luck with Radlia. You remember her, don't you? Captain of the Talons, blonde hair, one eye, stole her bloody compass. Well, I've been eavesdropping with that link pearl I slipped into the casing, hoping to catch something useful. But all I've heard from her and her sorry crew is snoring, grumbling, and japes about the Archbishop's holy nethers. In the end, it seems we've no choice but to do this the hard way, but a certain mulin annoyance refuses to acknowledge the truth of it. You cannot possibly hope to investigate the entire sky with this meager handful of ne'er-do-wells. I find my suggestion to seek aid from your fellow pirate gangs a perfectly reasonable one under the circumstances. Ah, stow it, you mangy alley cat. You've not the faintest idea of how sky pirates operate. Best case scenario, we'd be locked into a deal to hand over any treasure we find, and that's assuming we weren't laughed out of the room to begin with. You cannot assume that every man and woman shares your base morality. If we but made the attempt, I am sure we could convince some few of the nobility of our cause. I don't know. They're pirates. I don't know. And so it goes, round and round. Knowing pirates as I do, I find myself siding with the captain on this. But what of you, Mercy? Any thoughts on the matter? We don't have the manpower to handle ourselves. The other crews would want the skies to be... or I can keep my silence. Let's see what happens if I keep my silence. I might have to choose. We'll see. Seems that even the great warrior of light has no simple solution for this problem. However we tackle things, though, we've a long road ahead of us. I'll see if I can't think up a better way to shorten it. You might as well head back to your adventures, Mercy, unless you're willing to lend us your experience in another matter, that is. Utata, our chief engineer, has been mumbling about the Void Ark and cursing under her breath for days. Might be as you can provide some insight into her dilemma. She is conducting her research in the Sea of Clouds, yes? Well, I should rather discuss the properties of the Void Ark than continue with this fruitless debate. I shall see you down there, Mercy. A little cat. A little waddle. A little cat waddle. It's an upright cat if you're not familiar with Cait Sith. It's a... yeah. A cat that stands on back legs. Perfectly fine to walk that way. I think we're going down to the landing gate, sure. Alright. There is only one way off this dock for now. Passage to Cold Wind, I guess is where we're going. Is that where we're going now? Yeah, I guess it is. Oh my gosh. My neck is doing something not entirely fun. Okay, yeah, we'll go that way. Flying among all the floating islands. So this is one we haven't explored yet. I haven't explored much of the inner floating islands either, I guess, so. What's here? Mock Ugul Island. There's some, like, stones that look kind of like they're, like, have a Moogle head? Like a white Moogle head? Weird. That may have been prevalent. Those may have been prevalent over all of these floating islands, but I don't remember them. And they're not on this one, this other one that I'm flying through. Anywho. Boom, 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 boom. Hey, Utata, what's up? Cait as well. She's looking off. Big sigh. I think she's still bummed about letting everybody down. She turns to see you and the Cait Sith. They keep looking at each other. What troubles you, Mistress Utata? We were told that some matter regarding the Void Ark was causing you no small measure of grief. She was like sobbing, and then she rushes Cait Sith, and she's hugging the crap out of Cait Sith. I thought that's what was going to happen. Mistress Utata, what are you? Oof! Ark! Utata's eyes were watering something fierce. And now the Cait is kind of like on her back legs, but like not, barely keeping her balance. Oh, I feel so much better now. She got to hug a soft and cuddly kitty. My apologies, Cait Sith. You had the misfortune to enter my field of view just as I felt the intense desire to squeeze something warm and fuzzy. Furry, sorry. It's this damnable ecto-compass. I made another one, you see, identical in all respects to the first compass that Radlia stole. She whips it out. But look, it points in a completely different direction to where the Void Ark should currently be. I don't understand what I did wrong. I used the same plans, the same parts. Cait approaches a bit. I can imagine that would be infuriating. And you are certain that there are no flaws in the design or the materials? Positive. I've tweaked and adjusted and replaced every single piece, but it refuses to function as intended. I'm on the verge of tossing the blasted thing over the edge. What do you make of this, Mercy? I don't think the compass is broken. Something may have happened to the Void Ark. I don't think the compass is broken. That's my option. That's what I'm taking. Yes, I'm inclined to agree. Judging by your previous work, it would seem unlikely that the compass itself is defective. We must consider other factors. Might you explain to us the principle by which the ectocompass tracks the Void Ark? It all comes down to etheric signature. I discovered that the Void Ark is encompassed by an energy of rather peculiar composition, so I simply tuned the compass to follow its unique trail. Okay, What else could it be trailing, though? An energy of peculiar composition, you say? Of course! The Ark was propelled by the siphoned energies of Void Scent. Could it be that the compass was tracking not the vessel itself, but the ether of the the entities imprisoned within? That would certainly explain why the compass now points in a different direction than one would expect. After all, Diabolos and the Shadow Queen are no longer on board the Ark. Are you implying that if we plotted a course based on the readings from the ectocompass, we would arrive on the demon's doorstep, so to speak? Just so, Mr. Sutata. Assuming your theories are correct, we no longer require outside assistance to pursue our elusive quarry. She beams, jumps for joy, happy again with herself that she's done something right. We get a call on our link pearl, I think. Is that us or her? That's her, okay. Oh, Stasia! What perfect timing! You won't believe the wonderful discovery we've just... She gets kind of serious look on her face. Talon airships have been spotted en route to our nest. If it's revenge they're looking for, we'd best head back and make ready for them. We both look shocked. Let's jump in these sleek-looking monocutters, boys. I like them. I'll take one of these. They're black and sleek-looking. I love it. But, whatever. There's a Talon's deck swab standing with a little bit of hunch, and another guy on kind of his, that whole one hand, one knee down. Leofard, Cait, Sith, Utada, and Stasia standing over him in the cutscene. Truce, Red Bill. We need your help to save Captain Rodlia, says one of the Talons. You're one of Rodlia's favorites. You threatened my crew, steal our compass, and now you come crawling to me for help? What kind of unholy mess have you Cretans stumbled into? Aye, we took your damn compass, but it didn't show us to the ghost ship. We ended up at some moldy old ruins, lousy with void scent. Before we knew it, some sort of spider demon was knocking our ships out of the sky. The two of us managed to pull away, but we saw what happened to them as we got got caught in the wind on the ground. Sorry. If the captain survived the massacre, she's stuck there with no wings to fly out again. Why don't you give that link pearl to listen, Captain? Might be as we can learn if Rodlia is alive or dead, at least. He listens. Ugh, so much buzzing. Can't hear a blasted... Wait, I'm getting some words. They're after Makai artifact? Damn demons are searching... Hide! And then a bunch of screaming. Seems Rodley is still kicking for now, but who knows for how long. If those screams were an act, then consider me fooled. I don't think the Talons are laying a trap here. He looks... The Talon looks kind of relieved. We all look to the captain, Leofard. He grins. I've half a mind to leave Radlia to her fate, but I never turn my back on an adventure, especially when the scent of treasure is in the air, eh? Now, tell me where you found these ruins. You'll help us then? You're a good man, Red Bull. We left the captain in the Yafaim Saltmoor, just northwest of Mordona. That's Yafaem as in Mary, S as in Sam, ALT M as in Mary, OOR. Yafaim Saltmoor. In Yafaim, you say? Then you must speak of the ruined shell of Mach itself. By Shatotos. It's Shantoto in FF11, but by Shatoto's Black Heart. Could they be after the Nullstone? Nullstone? What's that, Cait? What's that, Puss? You think you know what those fiends are after? Right, Utata. See that these talons are patched up, and then have the Raimile, Raimille, Ramil, I don't fucking know. Ready to fly, and don't spare the oil. You know I love to hear her purr. Utada taps her chest a couple times. Mercy, Stasia, bring the furball to my quarters, and we'll have ourselves a chat about our impending trip to Old Mach. He grins again, walks off to his quarters. And I guess I'm going up to Leofard's quarters again. Could be doing all this on red mage, actually, to get some more experience on it. Not that bright. Alright, Leofard, with Cait on the table again. She's like 2 feet, 2.5 feet tall, maybe, but I would say 2. Right, Furball, let's hear about this artifact that Diabolos is looking for. If I am to speak of the Nullstone, then I must first explain the method by which Makai sorcerers would bind the Voidsent into service. She turns to look at a map. The more powerful the Voidsent, the more difficult it is to manifest its presence in this world. Their own immense strength weighs them down like an anchor, you see, preventing them from breaking the surface of our dimension. And that is why they cooperate with mortal sorcerers. A mage can provide a suitable vessel for the summoning, or rip a large enough hole in the fabric of reality for the entity itself to step through. And let me guess, the mage forces the Voidsent to agree to a pact in return for the invitation into our world? That is correct, but it would be foolhardy to expect such devious and malevolent creatures to abide by the spirit of even the most carefully worded contract. Thus did the Makai Magi construct an occult device that would more securely bind the Voidsent to their will, a safeguard of sorts that to the best of my knowledge yet lies entombed within the remnants of the ancient city. The Nullstone was seen as a last resort. Should a Voidsent break its pact and turn on its summoner, the mage could use the relic to disperse the very essence of even the most potent entity, obliterating it completely. I can't see the royals of the Void taking too kindly to a threat like that. Seems those sorcerers were just as ruthless as the monsters they summoned. When it came to the glory of Mach, the ends justified the means. In any event, we can be certain that Diabolos seeks to secure the Nullstone before it falls into mortal hands, and thereby ensure that Skathak will reign unopposed. Skathak? That's a name, right? Alright, so we know what the fiends are after, but what I don't understand is why such a valuable relic was left behind when the mages knew a colossal flood was on the way. Its value was the very reason they chose not to risk its relocation. The Nullstone is kept within a structure constructed for the purpose, secured behind powerful wards and protected by deadly guardians. And with the rising of the waters, they reasoned that the artifact would be sunk along with the city, far beyond the reach of vengeful Voidsent. But now that Yafaim is more swamp than sea, the demons only have the wards and the guardians to deal with, and I doubt they'd be wasting their time down there in the mud if they didn't have some trick to break through the wards. He does that fist punch to hand palm thing. Aye, this has become a race to see who can nab the treasure first, which is just the sort of contest a sky pirate lives for. He grins again. Stasia goes, like, pumped up motion. So we slip into the ruins, pinch the relic, and then rescue Rodlia right from under the fiend's noses. Well, I suppose we could save her while poking around for loot. Stasia shrugs. Palms up. I'll grab the new compass from Mutata so we know where we're going. Check your weapons, pack your small clothes, and meet me out by the landing when you're ready to fly. Cait nods, Stasia nods, I nod. Well, let's speak with Leofard here again. We'll fly directly to Yafame from here. Once we arrive, you forge ahead with your band of adventurers as you did on the Ark, Mercy. Just keep slicing into the depths until you reach that nullstone. We don't want to risk getting knocked out of the sky like the Talons, so we'd best land a little ways out from the ruins and head in on foot. The Furball says he knows the place well enough to guide you, so me and the Red Bills will follow behind on rescue duty. You concentrate on smashing a path through to the artifact. We'll check the nooks and crannies for Rodley and her crew. Don't let your guard down once you reach the ruins, though, eh? There's likely golems and such in there what are worse than the fiends outside. And we wouldn't want our hero losing her head now, would we? Now, would we? The Weeping City of Mach, now accessible. This video is over. I'm going to watch the video for the fight, and then do the fight, and record the fight. So, I'll see you guys soon.